where my mom was saying like, "Oh no, that's okay, honey. I don't need pancakes," or something like that, or waffles. I think it was maybe it was pancakes.
I think it was pancakes.
Yeah, when I saw her, I told her, I was like, "Oh, was that you using, talk to text?" And she's like, "No, that one I typed out." I was like, "Mom." She's like, "I really didn't need pancakes."
Wait, so because I know when you sent the message, you were like, I know this isn't going to make sense to anybody else but me. Like the fact that it was like she used talk to text. I'm like, what made you think that she used talk to text?
Oh, just that she has a certain cadence in how she talks. And I've watched her hold her phone up and be like, "Okay, thanks, honey, be there soon." Like she'll just say, I've watched her do it. So I thought that was what she was doing that time. And it was not. It was just her typing out. She also recently broke her wrist playing pickleball.
Oh, no.
So she had to have surgery. So I thought that would be another reason, another tick in the column of maybe mom sent me a talk to text message, but no, I guess she typed that one out. Hello. So Sarah should be joining us soon. She just had to restart her computer, so hopefully she'll be able to join us here in a little bit. But we are going to be sprinting today, reading sprints. So we have Sean and Christy and myself. And we're all going to be reading Apothecary Diaries themed things, but not everybody here has to, of course. So if you are reading something else or just doing something else, feel free to let us know. But Christy, which light novel are you on?
I'm still on the first one.
That's not, I don't think that's a bad thing, though.
Well, because I'm like, we knew about this for so long, and I'm still on the first one. But I am this much of the way in, literally at 50 pages. So still at the very beginning.
And what are your general thoughts so far?
It's actually so similar to the anime. Like I feel like it reads exactly like how the anime like is animated. It like I don't know if later it's going to be a little bit different, but the anime has been pretty faithful in the adaptation, like pretty much scene for scene. Although there were a couple of notes that I noted where it's like the anime makes it feel like a certain way, or isn't really clear on the way that it depicts certain things, but then when it's written there is kind of more explanation, and I'm like, oh, okay, like so that's what it was. And if I can get into a specific, so there's that one scene where Mao Mao, like they're talking about the barbarian, no, not the soldiers who were sent to like suppress the barbarians, and then they got sick and whatever. And in the anime, when it showed Mao Mao giving them the explanation, it was really like it seemed like she was just giving them the full explanation. But then in the text, it was like clear that no, she's just hinting at things to try to get them in the right direction. And I'm like, I feel like that's pretty interesting.
She does that a lot, where I feel like they put even more emphasis, because that's definitely a thing in the show as well, of the idea of her not wanting to speak if she doesn't have all the information. She doesn't want to work off of assumptions. So she kind of tells them what she thinks and then hopes that they get to the same conclusion as her. So I definitely feel like they do that here too. And then some scenes, there's the occasional scene that plays out. Oh, Sarah's here. I'll let her get all set up. I can see in the corner. There's the occasional scene that'll play out where I feel like, if anything, they're leaving certain details where you're like, if I didn't already have the anime scene playing in my head, this would be slightly more vague. Like, it helps to have the visual to kind of clear up exactly. Because there's a part where it just says she felt something cold on the back of her neck, and you're like, what? Like, I don't want to say what scene it is, but you're like, wait, what did that mean? Whereas I think the anime kind of clears certain things up, but it's so true to it that it almost feels like this was written after. You know what I mean? Because the anime is such a play-by-play. But Sean, what are your thoughts? Also, Sarah, let me know in the private chat when you're ready to go. You're good? Okay. Anyway, Sean, what light novel are you on?
Hello.
One.
You're on the first one also. See, Christy, you're not alone.
I am on page 154. It's about 100 pages left.
And what are your thoughts currently? If you can keep it.
I like it. The narrator is kind of funny, or the narration, I should say, is kind of funny. Whatever the narrative voice is, there's lots of little asides.
Yes, I like when they do the occasional like ahem in like they'll write out ahem and things like that. Yay! Starting volume 1 as well. See, Christy, truly, you're not alone in this. Also starting volume 1. Nice.
I think
Hello as
another thing I've noticed is some of the dialogue, or maybe even some, it's the narration again. Sometimes it's like oddly modern though. Like there's like a couple times where I'm like, huh, I don't know.
I've heard that there are the occasional moments where, I mean, not saying that the original isn't potentially like that too, but sometimes the translation isn't the absolute best, and that it's not exactly true to the scene or tone perfectly sometimes. But also, no, I did not see this, and that is very exciting. I did see that it's coming out. I didn't realize that it's on NetGalley. Thank you so much for letting me know.
Can I give an example of
yes.
a moment where it made me laugh at the modern language? Someone says not a word for 10 freaking months with an apostrophe. It's like freaking months. Where's that come from?
One slight difference, because I just finished the first light novel, so I'll be starting the second one. But I feel like we get just a little bit more acknowledgement of Gaoshin's presence, which I love, because I love Gaoshin. And I feel like in the anime, they animate it well, where it's like he's always around, he always looks very exasperated and like, but I feel like there's a little more emphasis of him like silently pleading to Mao Mao, please don't give Jinshi any weird looks, stuff like that. I feel like there's a little bit more there. And my favorite part that I've come across that's not spoilery, I'll just say, there's a part where Gaoshin remembers that Mao Mao gave him a dirty look, and he's afraid that Mao Mao is going to retaliate in some fashion. So it says that he touched his hairline because he was just starting to get self-conscious about it. Like he's afraid he's going to make him lose his hair somehow, which I very much enjoyed that. But Sarah, now that you're with us,
yes,
which light novel are you on in your reread, since you've already read some of them?
Yes, I just finished volume 1, and I have plenty of tabs in it. Yeah. So I am like forming a theory that doesn't really matter, but I feel like I've been like I'm so ready to like have evidence for this theory, and I'm very excited to talk about it when we talk about like the first 4. So I'll be starting volume 2.
Nice. This is a theory that you didn't have when you watched the anime?
Kind of, but I just have more evidence for it now. Even though it's like it doesn't even really matter at this point anymore, but I'm excited to be gathering evidence for it.
I look forward to this. Do we have to read further within, or is this
no?
Okay, so it's mostly based off the first light novel, or just
the first few, yeah.
Okay. I also have a bunch of tabs. I wasn't meaning to tab so much, but a lot of them are Mao Mao being funny, of course. And then also certain moments of just, they were already cluing us into this thing this early. And then certain theories we discussed in our discussion of the first and second season collectively. Some of the things that we theorized then, I'm kind of stacking up, similar to what Sarah was saying. I'm kind of stacking up tabs. Maybe some of them have to do with something you had talked about a lot, Christy, that I kind of agreed with, but that I feel like was a major theory of yours. So I've been tabbing some of those because I feel like they do. The one you kind of talked about, I'm trying not to say anything too much, but there was one that you're like, I'm not sure about this person. I feel like they're up to something. And I feel like the light novel goes out of its way to kind of note, like, they're really good at taking notes and
they're clever.
They're clever and they're chatty. So I definitely think some of that is present. But I have my tabs now that I've had so many for the first one. I've already got my tabs. I was like trying to find tabs that kind of match the cover so that each of them can have matching
Mine,
tabs.
I'm having match the spines.
Ooh. Oh, I like that. So. That's fun.
I'm also tabbing, but I have like specific colors for each kind of tab. So it's not specific to the books.
I started with like green for mostly Mau Mau moments, and then anything that's like family tree or somebody being clever was kind of more pink. And then I started to run out of my green, so then I have a slightly different green, and I'm just like, whatever. Toward the end, I'm like, I don't know if it really matters. It's not that important, and they're not that long. It's not that hard to find what you're looking for, I feel like. But I am so excited because I was nervous when we were picking up the light novels that it would feel all too familiar, since the first 4 light novels are what you get in the first 2 seasons. And now I'm sad that we are doing 4 at a time instead of one. I feel like we could just, sorry, yeah, Sean, you feel differently based off of that pace. But I feel like we could have a whole conversation just off of each individual one. What were you gonna
I
say?
thought you're implying you wanted to read more. And I was like, I can't keep up if we read more. You gotta slow down.
No, I feel like just this first one, there's so many moments. It would mostly just be fangirling over all the same things, probably, that we've already
And then
kind
Mau
of.
Mau did this, and then Mau
Yes.
Mau did that, and then Mau Mau did this.
And that was funny. But this part was
Yeah.
kind of sad. Yeah, it would just
Like-
be all that.
I'm at the part right now where she goes to the clinic for the first, not the clinic, the doctor, you know, the quack doctor's like little office for the first time, and it shows her like accessing all of the different medicines, and it even describes her like doing a weird dance.
Yes.
And I'm like, it literally has everything. She did it for
does.
half an hour.
Yeah. I really
One hour
one difference is that doesn't Jinshi ask if she's under, what does he say? Has she been cursed or something like that? I think I tabbed that part, but he does wonder like if she under some kind of spell.
Yeah, she's under some sort of spell.
Yeah, I found that quite amusing. There was something else that was there that I wanted to mention, but as we've said, we will, I'm sure, get into all of this when we actually talk through. But I'm really enjoying the light novels a lot. I think that the tone's really funny. I agree that they absolutely nailed it in the adaptation. So I am really excited about it. I think that the level of detail to like Mau Mau's dancing and how silly she is about just medicinal things and stuff like that is very entertaining. But Sarah, is this just as exciting this go around for you, or is it like, oh, I've had enough?
I think it's exciting because I can kind of also look ahead and be like, are there any hints for like things that happen in the future in the series? So I'm enjoying it quite a bit.
It's definitely one of those that kind of lends itself to rereading because it is deceptive in how much it's telling you that is actually telling you something extra, but you don't realize it because you think, oh, that's all there is to this particular plot line or this mystery. And it's like they snuck in a lot of other details in this as well. And there's a few things that I feel like we've had additional clarity on by reading the light novel, so that's nice. Sean, do you have any additional thoughts before we actually start the reading part?
I have 0 additional thoughts.
You liked.
I was gonna say the only thing is I'm kind of also I'm not gathering evidence for anything. I'm just keeping track of things like you're saying. If they bring up something that is bigger later, and you're like, oh, I guess they mentioned that in like the first couple chapters, and I didn't know. So
you texted me that you found a certain thing Mau Mau thought funny. It's kind of.
Yeah. What did I find funny?
You can probably search it in our text messages, to be honest. You might find it faster that way.
Or I could search on the Kindle. We have the technology.
You have the technology on your phone, too, to just search our text messages.
Yes. Mau Mau thinks of Jinshi as a suspicious fart.
Yeah.
Which I found amusing.
I think I saw that part.
They also
too much
the voice,
time on his hands.
Her consistently thinking he has all the time in the world when he absolutely does not. She's constantly like, this guy, he needs to get something to do. And you're like, he does have a lot to do. He's not even I actually shouldn't say more. There's one thing I'll say that I'll keep spoiler free, but there's a scene in the first season that's really funny and it has to do with a cup breaking. And that scene to me is even funnier in the light novel. I think because you kind of can't see what's going on. So, I don't know. I thought it was even funnier. So I appreciated that scene.
About that scene, it was interesting. I feel like it was a little bit different because in the anime, it was like, oh, before it was, I don't know, can you just say who it is? I feel like that's not really a spoiler, right?
Sure.
Okay, like when Hongyan passes the vase to Mao Mao, it's like, oh, she dropped it first, and it's like, oh, how this is really expensive. But then in the light novel, it says when Mao Mao, like as soon as like she was like, what's this? A pain shot through her wrist. So it's like,
did she smack her hand? Yeah.
Wait, oh, is that what it was?
I don't know. That's an example of a scene that I feel like was maybe a little unclear. That's not the scene I was talking about. I'm talking about a scene where somebody drops a teacup, and is like shocked. And then someone else is like,
oh, okay, that
yeah.
scene. Okay, sorry. Completely
different. That's okay.
Okay, gotcha.
But that scene is one that I was thinking of that tied to that point we were making earlier about because I remember that same thing where I'm like, did they smack her wrist so that she would drop it and they'd be like, oh, I guess this will have to come out of your salary, That
would make sense because otherwise I'm like, why does she feel a pain in her wrist? So okay,
that was my assumption that she just got hit. So
okay, well clearly I'm not reading good enough.
No, I think that is an example of something kind of unclear. You're not alone in that at all.
Well, thank you for clearing that up.
Well, anyway, should we read? I wanted to do a couple of sprints. Do we want to do 30 minutes or 45 minutes?
Either one works for me.
I'm good. Okay. Either way, my attention span can only hold for 5 minutes at a time anyway.
Well, I made sure to get both timers have little cats for Mao Mao.
Provided I don't fall asleep, we should be fine. Just Sean shout my name if I start,
Sean had to do bookkeeping. I like how I would shout your name instead of just opening this door and being like, Sean. Just shout it from this room in hopes that you hear me. But yes, the 30-minute timer is the one that I liked the sound effects of a little bit more. So we'll go ahead and get that one ready to go. See, it's so cute.
So cute.
It's so cute. And it's perfect because Mao Mao's a cat.
See, that cat makes me want to go to sleep.
I know, I'm sorry, but the sound effects in the background hopefully won't. But anyway, okay, getting ready. We'll do our 30 minutes and we'll jump back in. 30 minutes, be decisive. we need that. We are indecisive at times. Okay, getting ready to go ahead and get started. We'll see everybody in 30 minutes.
The big di-
Hello. 30 minutes is up. I am burning through my tabs. So many. Also, just catching up with the chat. Let's see. I do have the air conditioning on. Thank you. For some reason, when I film on, so actually, Chrissy, this ties back to our chat before we started about the microphones and what they pick up and such things. For some reason, it's the same microphone, but StreamYard does a better job filtering it out than when I record for my regular videos. I don't know why. Hello.
Thing to do with bit rate, I guess. I don't know. I'm just spewing words out.
Oh, officially ahead of me on this series, which I think you were already, but that's exciting and I can't wait to keep going. Let's see. Painting during these sprints, but we'll read Acceptance by Jeff Vandermeer in a hot moment. About Gale Song, book 3 is really good. Prepare for more stress. About 3/4 of the way through. I know it was going to be so dark, but I'm really enjoying it. And then Shauna Lost Assault Rider. The novellas. Yeah, I've heard somebody told me I should definitely pick up the novellas, so that's part of why I haven't jumped straight in, because I want to make sure I get to those too. Anyway, how is everybody's reading for those 30 minutes? Good.
Very good.
Yeah. Wait, because we both started the second one, Sarah, what page did you get to?
35.
Okay, so we're really close to the same amount. I'm on page 32 or 31 or something. But I also stopped to text you the novel going, the hell?
Those first 30 pages are so funny.
They're so funny.
I used so many tabs because I was like, oh, this is funny. But I'm like, do I tab every single part that's funny? Because like it's just like one part of a page and then further down on the page. Like, I gotta stop.
I know. I realized I sent that text to Sean, but I don't think I sent it to the both of you. So I just sent it now. But it was especially funny to me because Sean does that all the time when we're watching shows and like some twist happens or something. That's what he does. So I sent it to Sean because I thought he would get a kick out of it. Also, the way that something's worded later, it says, because Mao Mao is thinking about this one particular thing that she would ingest. And just the way that it's worded made me laugh. It says, let's see. The only caveat was that the bulbs were poisonous, and if the poison wasn't successfully extracted first, it could produce the mother of all tummy aches.
I love that. That was one that I almost tabbed, but I don't think I did.
I'm sure we had similar moments that made us laugh. So, Sarah, what did you end up tabbing that made you laugh?
Well, so I love the use of parentheses in these. So it says, think of the tiny bit of pocket change it would bring if I could sell it, Mama thought. And then in parentheses, it wasn't a very nice thought.
Yeah. I didn't. So once again, I thought about tabbing, but I did not tab that moment. But there are her asking for a stable. What's really amusing to me. Sean, how was your reading?
It was very good. I did highlight a few things because they amused me. First off, oops, it's not telling me. Okay. Gaushin thinks, the terrors of youth, the withered 30-something mused. Like, withered 30-something. Those are fighting words. And I also liked this. She's thinking about Jinshi. She says, I guess he's human after all. It was too easy with Jinshi's unearthly beauty to forget that he was born of woman, just like anyone else. It might have been easier to believe sometimes that he was the 1,000-year-old spirit of a peach. A very specific thing there.
Look, Sean, a callback. I think kind of. So we were talking about this too.
There you go.
That is a great moment. There was a pretty good Gaussian moment that I'm wondering, Sarah, if you also tabbed just within these first 30-ish pages, where when Mao Mao's asking about the stable, and then Gaussian's like, no, stop making an X, and she's like, I guess he has a playful side. Christy,
I remember that scene from the anime, but then I was confused. Like, why is he so against this whole stable thing? I don't know.
I'm guessing it's not proper for her to want a stable
is
next
that
to her. She wants a stable next to a well. That's what she wants. Sean, did you have something else?
I had one more. He's kind of messing with her, saying that they might pass a law where the drinking age is 21. And she says, Master Jinshi, I beseech you not to pass such a law. I'm afraid it's not up to me alone, he said, his smile like a blossoming flower as he observed the misery on Mao Mao's face. Her lip curled down. She did the only thing she could do and looked at him like an overturned beetle. A blossoming flower and an overturned beetle. Those are two very different images.
I like when she wants to give him a dirty look, but then remembers like Gaussian told me not to, and then but then when she does it anyway, it just seems to amuse Jinshi even more. It's always funny. But we are getting to with her in particular thinking about how she wants to ask for a stable. Just Mao Mao just drifting off, not paying attention to what they're talking about. And then when Jinshi's like, do you want a bigger room? And she's like, huh? Because she's not been paying attention. It even takes note of the fact that she'll just nod along, even though she's not paying attention. Got 37 pages. Oh, nice. And this was way back reading this one. It's always fun when rereads are going well. Sarah and I have our chat for the Shadow of the Fox series over on Patreon this weekend. And I actually, I have some things that I think that's been a lot of my rereading for that series. I'm like, I like this even more this time around, I think, maybe.
I'm taking notes this time, so I have more defined thoughts.
Are you guys on the second book now?
Well, the chat this weekend's for the whole trilogy.
Oh, wait, did you do one for the I know you guys did one for the first book. Did you do for a second and third book?
That's good. What's going to be this weekend. It's just like the whole. We went
okay.
first book.
I thought I missed it.
No, instead of doing a chat for each one, just because it's 3, we figured the first one and then all 3 of them. Because the second one, I mean, now that I'm rereading it, I'm like, I mean, it does kind of have middle book syndrome, but not as bad as I think I had it in my head. But I still thought like, oh, everybody's going to want to get through this one and then pick up the third.
Because I was like preparing myself for that because I've always heard that the second one isn't as good, and I was like, this one's still pretty good.
Yeah. We'll talk about it.
I think I actually like the second one more than the first one.
The second one has a plot line that I'm like, the first time I read it, I thought, well, I think that this will be part of this book, and then it'll be something else. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of this whole book. And I don't want to say too much, but we'll talk about it. Christy, did you have any moments in your reading that you were thoroughly enjoying?
Oh yeah. Speaking of Mao Mao giving Jinshi, dirty looks. So I just got to the part where they're talking about where Gaoxun is like, oh, I might ask you to stop regarding Master Jinshi in the same manner in which you might look at a worm. And she's like, damn, they noticed. And then as this is going on, internally, she's like demoting Jinshi from a worm to filth. Wow.
She's just always it's funny that she because I think obviously she makes faces and stuff in the show, but I don't know if you get quite as much inner monologue or thoughts of hers. So just how much she's always like about and always calling him horrible things. She's either calling him some kind of thing like a bug or dirt or filth, while simultaneously being like this gorgeous nymph.
There was one part in these 30 pages where she was like going on for a whole page about how beautiful he was, and I was like, come on.
Not that it does anything for her,
Yeah.
And then I love how there's so many of these moments when Mama is just like going about her day and, you know, a voice suddenly says a thing, a honeyed voice. And then it's like, you must know by now who it was,
Yes.
Jinji in the flesh. So it's like,
yes, I
like,
love the kind of sort of breaking of the fourth wall to be like,
Yeah.
you know, at this point, we've done this how many times now? It's that guy.
Yep. Oh, and then it's had some, you know, like, ooh, sussy moments about certain characters already, which was, I'm like, they give you a more like context and details to these characters than you see visually, because obviously you can't, you know, you can't really, it's hard to convey that when you're watching it, but then with words it kind of describes things in a way that makes you look at it differently.
I'm guessing this is one that we'll save for our discussion because it sounds like maybe there's extra details you don't want to reveal just yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Should we jump into another sprint now? Yeah, Sarah's like, please. Sean, did the cat make you want to go to sleep or were you good?
No, I was good.
Okay. Let me make sure the ad finishes playing and then I'll start that same one over. So we'll do another 30 minutes.
You know, the only problem with reading this is it really does highlight for me how bad my memory is, because I'll read something like that wasn't in the show, then I'll keep reading. I'm like, oh yeah, that is in the show. that whole part's in the show.
That is also happening to me. It's like at this point I've seen the show twice and I've already read this book this year and I'm like, I didn't remember that. Definitely should have.
There was one thing, Sarah, you'll know, that it played out in the order that events happen. So at first I thought, oh, the show must have inserted this. And then later they mention like when this happened, and you get a reference to it with Liaku specifically. And I was like, oh, okay. So they did pull that from this. They still enhanced it a little bit in the show. But
I
that
did
part
get
I thought,
to a certain teacup scene that you referenced my reading.
did you get through the whole scene?
I did.
And then the illustration.
I'm just like
looking so sad.
It's hard to focus on your work, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do like that right after that. There's like Gaushin is like, there was some clearing up of what. Yeah. It's great. Anyway, okay. We're gonna
the withered 30-something-year-old Gaushin. Just old man.
Well, that's what I kind of get it, but whenever they talk about Ajuo, they're like, she definitely is overstaying her welcome. And it's like, I understand why they're talking about her that way because there's extra details. But I'm always like, man, she's like 36. Like, it's not quite the same, but they also draw. I remember when watching the show, I was like, how old is Gaushin? Because he looks young, but then they reference other things with him and they draw those little like lines. Those are those like fatigue lines? He can't handle the shenanigans of young people lines. But anyway, I'm glad that we have a little more clarity that he is a withered 30-something-year-old. Anyway, were there any other things that we wanted to point out before we jump back in?
Well, speaking of people's ages, didn't they say that is her name Suiren? All the S names really.
Yeah, his
old lady.
The lady.
Yeah. She's actually not that old. She's like, Mama was like, oh, she's in her 50s. And I was like, so old.
Yes, they make her look a lot older. I agreed with that. I was like, oh, I thought that lady was significantly older.
Yes.
But anyway, okay, so we're back to our 30-minute sprint here. Let me get it back for us. You okay, Sean? I heard you coughing. All right. Back to our 30 minutes. We'll see everybody in just a bit.
Razor bump.
Hello. How is everybody's reading? Sarah, I'm assuming we're reading all the same things. So we probably have all the same things to say too.
It was good.
I know we all know the part, especially because I often rewatch and send to both of you the various different noises Mau Mau makes, including the vomiting one.
Yeah.
So that scene, I got to that scene and it said, thus she ended her demonstration by vomiting in front of 4 important men. Lovely. What a thing to do to a young woman who had yet even to be married.
And then there was also,
yeah, go ahead.
But it was no use crying over spilled milk or regurgitated seaweed.
Yep.
You guys are at that part.
Yes. Yep. And the beating the head against the pillar part. So you already knew that happened, but I didn't realize that literally is in the light novel.
I forgot about that.
Sean, do you know the part we're talking about? When Mau Mau's thinking about something that pleases her. So she's like all happy and he comes in. She's like,
oh, yeah.
And then it's actually written that he just starts banging his head on the pillar.
like a woodpecker or something, it said.
Yeah, and then it says Gaoshan was glaring at her and she thinks it wasn't my fault. Your master is wrong in the head. So, yeah, some very funny moments. And then, okay, this I don't think is in the show, but Surin is really funny. And at one point, Jinshi's got like his elbows on the table and he's eating fruit. And she just snatches it from him. And it says, boys who can't comport themselves like gentlemen would go without snacks. So I'm enjoying her. I think that you get a tiny bit more, I was saying before, of Gaoshan in these. And I'm hoping we get a little bit more of her too, because she's really funny and kind of sassy. Only read half that sprint, but I'm so glad to participate in this Mau Mau along. Oh, yay. Happy to be hosting them with some of my favorite people with me. I'm so happy that we're all reading these together. Sean, did you get parts that you enjoyed?
She thinks of Jinshi as a pervert a couple times, which is always fun. Let me see. I feel like there's something else.
I ended up popping some popcorn for myself.
Oh my.
Popcorn is often like my lunch.
Oh, I remember. Mau Mau had never once thought of ending her own life, and she had no interest in being murdered either. If she were to die, it would mean she could no longer test medicines or experiment with poisons. So if she had to go, she wanted it to be while she was trying out some heretofore unexplored toxin. And then she asks Jinshi to if she's ever going to be killed for doing something wrong, if it could be for poison or use poison. And he looks shocked and like confused. And then she says, "Pardon me, sir, I've overstepped myself. Strangulation or beheading would be equally acceptable," which I thought was very funny.
And he gets really upset at that too. And she's like, I don't understand.
See, it sounds funny in the text, but I remember this scene in the anime made it seem a lot more serious.
Yeah, because there's like it's sunset or something, and even the lighting is all kind of orange.
And she even said it seriously. But like if I read it, I'd be like, I would think she had like, a snarky kind of tone.
Yeah. I just like how she goes from 0 to 100 in her levels of annoyance as soon as Jinshi walks into a room. She's just immediately like, ugh. Because the part that Sarah and I are both at is it has to do with somebody eating what they think is blowfish, right, Sarah? And I just read it and then I was like, wait, that sounds wrong. But no, that's what it is. So they're discussing that, and she's talking to like Gaoshan and a couple other people, and during part of it, Jinshi's also there, and he's kind of like, oh, he's just all he's doing is listening, and she's like, why does he have to be here? She's just so annoyed that he's there. And you're like, okay, why do you? And then later he's very beside himself because he has extra work to do because a certain someone keeps barging into his office and annoying him, basically. And then Mao Mao thinks immediately, well, maybe he shouldn't have come in the other day and he should have just been getting ahead of his work. But then you're like, oh my gosh, there's no winning for him. But it is quite entertaining. Christy, what about for you? Were there fun things that you?
I just finished the scene where Mao Mao was at the Crystal Pavilion. Oh my god, she is so freaking cool in this scene. I'm just like, I love her. What a badass.
Yeah, I do like the later on when someone doesn't need her necessarily to stick up for them that we get later. I like that a lot.
I love how we're just like, we're hinting at these scenes. We all know what we're talking about. Just fairest of hints. And then a funny part I tabbed was Mama very much broke her promise to Gaoxun by adopting the expression of someone looking at a piece of garbage.
I do enjoy that quite a bit. And then Sarah, did you have any that? Oh, sorry, Christy, go ahead.
And I'm surprised at how much we learn about the Emperor just in this narration. Again, it's like one of those things that, you know, like, doesn't necessarily get conveyed when you're watching the anime, but like all of these kind of like almost like side notes about the Emperor gives us like more insight to his character that I never considered before.
You actually get a very, very, very brief scene at the beginning of this one between him and Jinchi. Like, you don't really know what's going on between them at all.
That wasn't in the anime, was it?
I remember in the anime there was like a scene where they're just like
sitting
together. Yeah, but like I don't think they really talk about anything.
It's kind of you use super vague in this as well. You're kind of like, oh,
they're not.
Okay,
really.
I don't really know. Yeah. Sarah, was there something that you were gonna mention?
So the scene where Jinchi is talking about the person who is interrupting him and his work, Mao Mao is like, who's that old hermit? And Jinchi's like, he's only 40. Like, so I thought that was funny. But then also Mao Mao says, these particular characteristics rang a bell with Mao Mao, but she had the distinct feeling that recalling exactly why would bring nothing good, so she decided to forget about it instead, which is like classic.
I used a blue tab because it has to do with this blue rose, you know, that particular person. And I tabbed that because I'm like, exactly what you just said. I feel like it's such a pattern. I did it at one point in the first light novel too, where I tabbed something where she does the same thing, where she's basically like, oh, well, it doesn't concern me. She thinks about that with how one of the concubines is dressed, where she's like, oh, weird. I feel like with how she does her makeup, I wouldn't ever even know what she actually looks like, which seems like it could be a problem, but not a problem for me. And just moves on. So I did like that that little hint there. I also, once again, I'm really enjoying like the little hints of Gaoxun that we get here that are shown in the anime, but I feel like you get a little more insight. So, you know, when Gaoxun is trying to intrigue her by being like, so there's this case with this blowfish, and she's kind of like, you know, say more. And then he's like kind of being a tease, as she calls him, with the information. But when he does that, it says, what a tease. He knew perfectly well that Mao Mao's curiosity would be fired by now. And she says, please, by all means, continue, she said, frowning at how amused Gaoxun seemed by his own sudden importance to her. I like the idea of Gaoxun being like, oh, you want to hear more, huh?
And speaking of Gaoxun, I also had another part where Mao Mao struggled not to sneer at Jinxi's languid look. Gaoxun sat beside him, silently encouraging her in this effort.
Yeah. I'm very curious about this too. Just got to learn another language. I would be curious as well. And I wonder sometimes, like, some of the hints that are there, I wonder if some of the foreshadowing was a result of, because this was originally a web novel, right? That then turned into light novels, which then have gotten 2 manga adaptations and the anime. So regardless, though, I wonder if, because some of it was written and then as it progressed, once it was made into a light novel, if the person was able to go back and kind of add some of that, or if it was there all along. Because that's kind of cool, I think. It's almost like, okay, not trying to bring in, because I know it's kind of a hot topic situation right now, but the whole like fan fiction to traditionally published books thing, where things will start on these sites, and then some of the things that they highlight as positives are like you get this feedback, and then you feel like you can improve as a writer, you know, all these things, except for it's this person's own original story. So I feel like the ways that fan fiction writers talk about the pros and how they develop their skills as writers, I feel like we have all of that, but also the originality of this being like their own story. So it's kind of an interesting origin, I think. Let's see, I made it to 2 chapters of volume 1 and I'm really enjoying them. I'm loving Mao Mao. I'm looking forward to finishing the light novel. Yay! And reading the rest of them. So excited that we're reading these. Makes me happy. So speaking of Gaoshan, Gaoshan, are you still managing to stay awake since you were up so early?
I am.
Yeah. And then it's a little later for Sarah and Christy. Sarah and Christy, do you feel like you've got one more in you, or you think you're all done?
Oh yeah. I want to keep reading.
Okay. Very nice.
I might just need to get a biscuit and honey, because I just read about honey for like 30 pages.
We did make breakfast for dinner last night, so we have a lot of
where there's honey.
And no perverts will be trying to put it in my mouth.
Maybe Luna will try to take it though.
So I don't remember the anime, obviously. Does she like get snarky with Gaoshin about like basically next time maybe like put honey in your mouth, that sort of thing? Like
she says something like he's getting laxatives in his food or something.
Yeah,
she does say that.
She thinks it. She doesn't confront him about it though.
Yeah. She says something like basically like if you next time lick honey off his fingers or something, and he's like, oh, like he like
oh, okay, she did say something like that, and then he's like, and she's like, see, it's not that, it's like creepy, isn't it?
That is forever and always one of my least favorite moments. Because it is the creepiest. I do like, though, that they talk about in the light novel, like, he had to answer for that. Some people were like, that wasn't okay. And they're like, it was a joke, took too far.
He also admits that he went too far with that, which I like.
Yeah, let's see. I'm already on volume 10. I decided to slow down to savor the story. It's nice to see you guys reading together. I hope more people pick up the amazing light novels. Yay! That's really fun that you're so far ahead, but man, it must be rough being like, I just got to keep everything to myself. And then, yay, another sprint. Yes, this will be great. We'll go ahead and do one more. So do we still want it to be 30 minutes, or do we want the last one to be 45? What do we think? Sean. How about Sean?
I think with 45, I could finish the book, which would be lovely. So, okay. Even with my biscuit.
So. Well, I'm going to get myself another drink. So the extra few minutes, I think, would be helpful as well. Does that work for both of you as well?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Let me get that one ready. Still a little cat. So we're good to go. Different sound effects. This one I think is a little more upbeat.
Was awake.
Oh no, not rude at all. That's so exciting. Enjoy your writing. That's great. Yeah, always anybody who joins, feel free to just do any form of whatever. You don't even have to be productive. You can just hang out. I think some people before have been like, I took a nap. So whatever you got to do, Let's see. 45-minute timer. Okay. All right, everybody. We'll see you in 45 minutes.
you
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Sean, did you end up finishing the light novel?
I
Yeah,
did.
you look so sleepy. Yeah. Perfect thing though, because you're gonna have to go to bed early again today, so kind of winged out.
Mm.
Sarah, where did you get to? What page?
133.
Okay.
Oh my god. You guys are further than me when I started at page 50.
Oh, Jashana, hi.
I actually have to have it muted because I can't read with that music on. Can't do it. It's too
I was
distracting.
just finishing an annotation.
See, so are you taking notes also, Christy, or are you just tabbing?
I'm underlining and also writing notes.
Okay.
But even if I wasn't, I think you guys would still surpass me.
I think part of it is just that I know some of this. So I think, you don't necessarily feel like you have to try to take it all in the same way you would if it was all brand new information. You know what I mean?
But the same thing could be said about me.
But you're stopping to note and everything. I got these. I haven't tried them yet, but I got these clear, almost like sticky notes, and the idea is that you can put them over stuff and underline without actually needing to underline the page itself. So if you ever wanted to take them off, you could, which I thought was pretty cool. Got to chapter 12, page 76, still confused as to what cold thing touched her neck. Right? Because it's like, was it a cold finger? Was it a tongue? I don't know. So I feel like that is
just
one of the
kind of left wondering because Mama herself didn't see either, right? So she also wonders. But then in the anime, it shows what was it?
Well, in the anime, it's just like close. There's certainly not. It almost seems like if it were the tongue, I feel like it would feel wet too, right? I feel like cold has got to be some like fingers or just like the side of the cheek or something is so close. I don't know. It's a little ambiguous. So Sean, you finished the first light novel. What were your thoughts? I'll just, go ahead.
Well, I don't know. It's fun. It was fine. I liked it. I mean, again, I don't remember the anime, but there's not a whole lot of suspense between, the epilogue and the last chapter. It's kind of, that is resolved quickly. Just fine.
Yeah, poor Sean had to go in at 4:30 a.m., right?
4, thank you very much.
Sorry, 4 this morning. So Sean's a little checked out. Anyway, were there any parts though that you noted toward the end? I think I had a number of things.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't believe so. No, I was just cruising. What was I thinking? Oh, I already forgot what word they used. I was really thrown by milk sibling or milk sister or something. And I was like, oh, I remember what that is now. But because I think it's their, doesn't matter. It took me a little bit. Yeah. Where I was like, huh?
Yeah. I did like that toward the end with the scene of where it's like, wait, what are you doing here? That whole situation. And at one point, when she looks at Jinchi and she's like upset because she says, damn, it's catching the blush. I did like that. I'm assuming this yikes is for Sean having to go in at 4. It's no fun. Yeah, but you get to have a slumber party with Luna Bear. So Sean, whenever he has to do a bookkeeping shift, prefers to just sleep on the couch because then he's like already there to, he's right by the bathroom where he can take a shower and stuff in the morning. And he's always worried about waking me up. So he prefers to do it like that. But then Luna Bear will be up on the love seat where she likes to go. So it's kind of cute because if you come out, it looks like a little, like when you're a kid and all the kids are like in their sleeping bags in the front and stuff. It's kind of what it looks like. It's really cute. So Sarah, what about for you?
Okay, I have to say, Christy, the spoiler that you got, I think I know what it is.
Wait,
but I won't say.
Okay, we'll chat later. So that means they hint at stuff that early.
Can I guess in the chat? Hold on, I'm gonna guess in the chat because I have a theory that I told Sean.
You told me a theory?
Yeah.
I remember that. I forgot.
Well, I will not confirm nor deny.
Okay.
Wait, do you want me to confirm? Wait.
Is Sarah, is this a thing that you're thinking Christy might have been spoiled for? Okay. Yes. I think I like this. This is a theory. Sean, you can look at the chat too, but I feel like you'll see it.
No.
Okay. But I already told you that I feel like that was a theory of mine.
I already forgot whatever it was.
I was so pissed at my friend because I was so excited to just talk about Apothecary Diaries with him, and I'm like telling him all my theories, and he's like, "Oh yeah, and this," and I'm like, "What? No, they didn't talk about this yet," because he had only watched the first season of the anime, but he read all of the manga, which didn't go as far as the anime. But then I guess he was like, looking up chats and stuff on Reddit and stuff, and people posted about it. So it's in his mind, he's like all confused about what has been revealed or what hasn't. So then he just casually drops this bomb, and I'm like, thanks.
See, now I know it's a bomb. I'm definitely not looking. I won't do it.
Except for I already told you that it was a theory I had.
I already forgot it. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I didn't say in the private chat, I didn't say, okay, Sean. You're such a pain. Anyway, fine, we'll move on. So Sarah, besides that, within that section, were there other things that you took note of?
Just the whole makeup thing is,
of course,
so funny to me still. Like, Mamo goes on for so long about how beautiful Jinchi is and like how he could destroy the world if he wanted to.
Yes, I do find the wording really funny. Because I tabbed a few things about that part. I mean, that's I always know in every one of our conversations, I'm always like, this is one of my favorite episodes. I just love that part so much. The only thing that we missed is we don't get Boston in the corner eating too.
I was gonna ask, like, do they talk about, so they don't mention it at all?
No, I don't think they know that he's around. Also, yeah. That's perfect way to describe it. The better
willful
it is to be
ignorance.
Yep. I wanted to find some of her exact wording about it. Oh, also, I was really amused at one part when clearly Gaoshin and Surin are like planning this for them. Also, something I probably shouldn't say that we'll talk about later, but Gaoshin kind of set a certain thing up that I feel like they did not make as clear in the anime that they do make clear in the light novel. But anyway, when this whole a jaunt around town part happens, and Gaoshin is like, well, in that case, you'll be going the same way as Master Jinchi. And then Mamo thinks, ugh, blarg. She just thinks noises.
She said, Jinchi must never appear in women's clothing, lest the very world tear itself apart.
Yes. That was one of the things. I also liked when Jinchi's very suspicious when she puts the lipstick on him, and they all were like, it's nothing, sir. And he's confused at the fact that they're all sticking together in this, because he's like, they don't normally all agree on something. I do like that she says when she says good morning, and then he says morning, and he's so happy that it says he looks like he's about to start humming. And then he said, something the matter? It seems early for such stormy looks. Not at all, sir. I was merely contemplating the fact that you'll spend yet another day being perfectly beautiful. And then he says, what's this? Some new way to snipe at me? So I was very amused at that too. I like how often Mao Mao thinks to herself, I can't actually say what I'm thinking because then my neck will be permanently severed from my head or whatever. She'll say something like that. But yet she's always being snarky to him. You know what I mean? Like, I think she thinks to herself, like, I have to keep it together and not be rude. And then she's only ever rude to him. She can't resist.
She really can't.
Christy, what page did you end up getting to?
103.
I don't know why you're acting like that's not you. I know you feel self-conscious about your reading speed.
I started at page 50.
That's okay. I mean, we did talk about the other day that you also sub-vocalize.
Yeah, and I always do this thing where I read a sentence and I'm like, wait, did I really get that? And I reread it, but then I'm like, I already got it the first time. I didn't need to do that again. So I'm like trying to force myself out of that habit, but then every time I let myself not do that. I'm just like, oh, but I want to go back and reread.
That's why I think it's so interesting that immersion reading doesn't work for you, because I find that it helps me with that problem of feeling the need to reread, because I was like, wait, did I just retain that? Because then it's like you have two things helping you concentrate.
I think when I do immersion reading, I try to go too fast. So then, even though it works in the moment, but the story leaves my head quicker after that.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I feel like I read too chaotically for that to work for me. Because I'll like if I'm reading a page, I'll start reading and then something will catch my eye over here and I'll read that and I'll be like, wait, I gotta go back and read how I got there.
Yeah,
that
like,
happens to me too.
I do that all the time. I'm like, that's not normal.
You spoil yourself like a second early.
You gotta
You're like, oh my gosh.
Put your hand over the part. But I have been reading more digitally and it's helping me with that actually, since you see less of the page at a time. I can't like jump ahead too much. So
I was just about to ask if that's something. I love that the light novels, you get the full thoughts and feelings. They did a good job of the anime of including Mao Mao's musings, but the light novels have so much more to it. I agree. They just
I have
kind
a
of
question for Sarah and Elle. There's a part sort of towards the end where is she really sassy to Gyoku? Or did she think that? Did she stop herself from saying that? She said something really because she even thinks like I probably shouldn't.
She says it. I thought that same thing. She does say it.
I was like, and like nobody addresses that. I was like, whoa.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. I know it's at the top of one of the left-hand sides. Like one of the left. Wait, why are you laughing?
That's so specific.
On the left-hand side of my Kindle.
Yeah, I feel like my brain has a tendency to remember the part on the page where things are. But yes, Sean, I know what you're talking about. I just have to find it really quick because I was
I don't remember that in the anime. I don't think that was.
No, yeah, I agree. I don't think.
I don't think I know what part.
But I've already forgotten the context, and I probably should have highlighted it.
I'll find it. But I'm trying to think
left and right apart because I was just looking at the top of the right hand page.
You're like, where is it? Let's see. I'll find it, Sean.
Oh, is it about wrinkles?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
218.
Okay, I'm gonna go look.
Okay, by the way, I can't remember names for the life of me. It's literally at the top of the page on this side. It is the top. Mao found herself replying, Lady Gyokyo, a bit of acupressure around the eyes may help prevent wrinkles. And then she can't be talking like that. Because Gyokyo says, "Aw, such friends you are." Gyokyo said, laughing merrily, a little too merrily. And then Mao out of nowhere, it's just like, acupuncture will help with your wrinkles. And she's
I was like
19 or something like that.
That's
really
true.
young.
Savage. I was like, wow. Why would you say that?
It really is so out of nowhere. Just got off work, so glad I made it. Oh, it's too bad you can't join. You couldn't have joined earlier, but also I don't know your time zone, but it seems like kind of late to have just gotten off work. I need to say that Elle ruined my life because everything now is Apothecary Diaries. Yes, blame Christy because she's the one that got us all into it. Your life can't be ruined by Apothecary Diaries, only enhanced. The amount of times when the second season was coming out that I would be like, Sean, why isn't it Friday? Like, I was so upset that I wanted it to be Friday, not because that meant it was the weekend, but because it meant we'd get a new episode. It was upsetting. So we didn't start watching it week to week until pretty far in. And then Sean and I got all caught up, and I sent the two of you that picture of Sean being like, oh, because that meant we didn't have another episode to watch. And it was the one of the weeks where the next week was going to be a delay. And I was like, gosh, darn it. We got caught up and now we have to wait 2 more weeks. I was very upset. Honestly, I've bought 5 of the light novels and I'm like, I need more. Yeah, I will say I try as much as possible to get stuff from my used bookstores, but they don't really carry these. And so when Barnes & Noble had their 25% off pre-order, I was just like, light novel 6, light novel.
I do the same thing.
Speaking of pre-orders and whatnot, first off, the next volume of Spy Family is about to come out. And then second, do you see they just dropped a trailer for the 3rd season? It's like hardly anything, but it's coming out soon.
I did hear that it's coming out soon.
I still gotta watch the movie.
Oh my god, that movie was so fun.
Let me just say, Sarah will know. There's a scene. We went to see that with our friend Enrique, who has joined on occasion. And Enrique and Sean, mostly I feel like Enrique could not stop laughing at a certain fountain scene, I'll say. And Sarah, I feel like you'll know.
I don't remember the movie well
It's
enough.
bathroom humor. It's just like Anya has
Of course
to go to
it
the
is.
bathroom. Anya has to go to the bathroom, and then she's like trying not to think about it. She can't help but think about it. So she's just like fantasizing about
It's
going to the
funny,
bathroom.
and you know it.
I didn't say it wasn't funny, but you and especially Enrique, because we went to see it in theaters, was laughing so hard. Granted, everybody in the theater was laughing, but
I'm probably
yeah,
going
Enrique,
to say goodbye.
I'll
but
see you in a
it's been lovely.
second.
Give me a second. Wow.
Good night.
Goodbye.
Yeah, I was gonna show, but this is irrelevant to everything. But I'll try. I don't know if you'll be able to see her. I took a picture. I have my popcorn bowl right here, which is in this photo of Luna. She's always around, so you can see the popcorn bowl here. She's just laying there. So she was there while we were reading. Earlier today when I was filming, she was just like right in front of me, and she would not stop staring at me from like under this desk. And I was just like, I can't I can't focus with my dog just staring. So I had to feed her her lunch early because I was like, okay, I need you to not be staring into my soul right now.
Literally giving you the puppy dog eyes.
Yes, it was very cute, but also I'm like, I have to. She also, I think because Sean got up so early today that she didn't have like her usual morning routine, so she was very clingy with me. But I was trying to film and she was like coming over and licking my leg while I'm filming, and I'm just like, okay. Luna. Let's see. I realize there's more in this chat. Let's see. I'm over here anticipating the next episode. My husband had to break it to me that the season was over. Now yay. I mean, not yay that the season's over, but yay that that's kind of what led us to read the light novels together. Sadly, I got them on Amazon because I'm in Brazil and life is tough. You know, sometimes we just have different means of accessing things. And that's okay. There are currently 15 translated Apothecary Diaries physical copies, are almost up to 6. Soon to be. Yeah, I am grateful because at some point I feel like we might get past which ones are physically published, and then it's like 9 p.m. Okay. I'm so nervous the Witch Hat Atelier anime is going to be delayed, and it makes me very sad. I know it's just a rumor, but it makes me mad. By the way, Christy, you sent us a picture of you starting to read it. You've just read volume 1 so far, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I would rather the like guilty face you made because you had only read 1 volume and not because you hated it or something. Because I'd be like, no. The first volume is just kind of like introductory, kind of like, okay, this happened. I guess that's gonna be the story. And then it just hits you later with all the really tragic stuff.
Yeah, it's because I only read 1 volume so far. And even though I was like, okay, guys, I'm going to start this. And I literally borrowed like 9 volumes at a time. And then I stopped after the first one because I got distracted, as I always do.
I think that series, though, takes me way longer to read than others because the art is so pretty that you're just like, I got to take it all in. And then occasionally there will be some explanation for something, or something will happen. You'll be like, wait a second. Hold on. Like you flip the page and you're like, I need to go back. Did I just read that correctly? And you're like, I think I did, but also no. And it's great. Yes, that is a rumor, and it upsets me.
I've been meaning to reread it, but now I think I'm gonna wait more because we don't know anything yet about when it's supposed to come out.
I know. Probably soon, I would think. I hope we get at least some. I feel like they have to give us some info at this point. It's been over a year since they released that teaser trailer.
Wait, it's been a year. I feel like you were just talking about it like a few months ago.
I know.
I can't believe it's that long.
I can tell you, I rewatched that stupid trailer over and over and over again the day that it was released. I couldn't stop watching it. It was kind of stupid. I was like walking on a treadmill. I just started over.
And then every time you're like, yay.
Yes, that's right. That's what I was like, yay. When it ended. By the way, I feel like, Sarah, this is your way of trying to get is that a heaven official's blessing?
It is.
It's like you're trying to get it inception into our brains. Be like, oh.
A hint for our next buddy read along.
Yeah. Yes. So is this also a thing that is available the same way Apothecary Diaries is, as far as like you can find it on Everand? I haven't checked.
I can look right now.
Okay.
But the whole series is out physically.
Oh, okay.
How many volumes?
8.
8 light novels?
They're, I guess, technically not light novels.
It's called Danmei.
Yeah.
Is
Which
that
I don't
Korean?
Chinese.
Oh, okay.
So it's
how do you say the one that's like manga but Korean?
Manhwa?
Okay. That's what I was thinking of.
What was I gonna say? Oh, it was originally published as a web novel as well, similar to Apothecary Diaries.
I've just seen some thirsty fan art for that series.
Yo, I'm surprised by that cover that I sent you a picture of. I'm like, how did that get published by
well, because 7 Seas publishes it and they have like a 18 plus imprint as well. So
I mean, it's not the most intense, but
it's pretty
right there on the cover.
That one I actually bought the Kindle version of so I could read it at work because I was like, I don't feel like I want to explain the cover of this to anybody at work. It's not on Everand, unfortunately.
Okay. I'm pretty sure the library has it, so I'll have to look there. I did see there's a place called Zia Records. I don't know if you guys have those, but they had the first one for I think $10, which is cheaper than it is new. I've only read 3 volumes of which I was so excited for the eventual anime. It's suspicious there are no updates. I know. What if they just dropped it? I'd be like, okay,
that would be insane.
No way.
That'd be great. I own volume 1 of Heaven Official's Blessing, but I haven't read it yet. I've heard so many.
So good.
So when you said there's 8, is that how many there are told? Like it's completed?
Yep.
Okay.
And they're releasing. Very good. Have you seen the hardcovers that they're releasing?
Mm-hmm.
They're so pretty.
They are pretty.
And
they know what they're doing.
The sprayed edges all line up to make a picture.
You know what? I feel like they're trying to bring in the fantasy romance readers. They're like, look at how pretty this is.
I don't think that fantasy romance readers would be satisfied with that.
Oh, series. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it the
one cover?
It is the crumbs.
It's the yearning, the angst, just everything delicious about fantasy romance that romantasy just doesn't get. You know, there's a disconnect there.
I was gonna say, I feel like a lot of anime, all you get is breadcrumbs, and we're over here like, oh my gosh, it's amazing, and then they get a like full course, meal, and it's like I don't need all of that. Okay, just a little bit.
Yeah.
No, but you know that meme or that TikTok sound where it's like, oh, save me a slice. Okay, that's enough slices. I'm like, that's how I feel about romantasy. I'm like, that's too many slices. I'm satisfied with just the crust.
Yeah.
Let's see. Still waiting for Basara, so it's available physically again. Shoujo are always so neglected. Yeah, I've seen that as a problem. I have to say, my headphones, one of them has died. I only have one left, which I think means, especially because we're coming up on 3 hours, so I think that means it's probably time to say goodbye. Sean was taking a shower because he has to get ready to go to bed for
Oh my god.
getting up super early again tomorrow because he had to do it 2 days in a row. But this was very fun. We will have one more reading sprint before the eventual first discussion for light novels 1 through 4 for anybody that wants to join. If anybody ends up watching this and you were reading something else or doing something else, thanks for joining us. I feel like nothing we said probably was relevant to whatever you're doing, but it was still fun, of course, to have you. I hope your writing went well. Anyway, and thanks again to Sarah and Christy and then Sean. And then Luna's back. She's all curled up in the corner. Yay, you're very welcome. We'll be checking in the Discord and stuff too. And maybe we'll share some theories or something in one of the spoiler pages.
Ooh, that's right. We can do that.
Yeah. In the spoiler pages, there are different things for each of the light novels, and you can share spoiler thoughts in those. But
Yes, and using the spoiler tags will be very good in there too.
I'm bad at Discord. I don't know how to use those, but I need to figure it out. So, I don't accidentally spoil something for everybody. Yes, you're very welcome. Thank you for joining. And we'll see you all soon. Bye.
Bye.